Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Capricorn, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading from February 24th to March the 1st. Can you believe that we're in the last month of the first quarter of 2020 already, Capricorn? I just want to slow this train down. It just goes so fast. But anyway, we can't help that, and time is really just numbers anyway. This week for you, we have the Pillar of Light Oracle card. We have the Hermit, Three of Wands, Ace of Swords, Three of Cups, Page of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So we see some sense of, maybe a period of rest, of recalibration, of time out to reconnect with your inner wisdom. Maybe even a spiritual awakening for some of you, or some kind of shift in consciousness. I feel that has put you at a crossroads in your life. Maybe you are considering new directions. We have strong new beginnings that are coming in for you. And I feel that maybe, this process that's happened, that really has been because you have arrived at a predestined time, a time where you may have just completed a karmic cycle and those tables are turning, and now it's time for the new beginnings to come in. I think you can expect the unexpected as well. We have the Page of Cups here, and either way we have got double indicators of victory and success here. So you are beginning a victorious new beginning that has really come out of a consciousness shift or some kind of awakening, some kind of energetic upgrade. It could be through, releasing a situation. Some of you might have recently released a toxic situation as well. Anyway, before we go to the tarot, I'm going to begin by reading out that oracle card, guys. So, Pillar of Light. Your vibration is raising. You are the oracle. You are heaven and earth in perfect expression, a conduit for the light of the heavens to the earth. You are the rainbow bridge. Take time to meditate. Imagine yourself as a pillar of light, connecting the light of the heavens above with the earth. As the light shines through each of your chakras, you activate the rainbow bridge that many ancient scriptures speak about, raising your vibration and the vibration of the planet, linking the higher realms of the cosmos, guides, angels, and spirit with the ancient wisdom keepers and beings of planet Earth. They dance together through you, they sing together through you. Without your body, voice, and creations, neither can be expressed. For too long we've been taught that God is outside of us, giving away our power to angels and spirit guides, but without you, they do not have a voice. It really is a time, Capricorn, of, coming back to your inner wisdom and to trust the intuitions that you have. Because all the answers that you seek, about this new beginning, about how to move forward, or the crossroads that you may be at in your life, they are within you. That's what the Hermit does. The Hermit goes within to seek. The Hermit is the great seeker. Now, what's led you to this time where you might be seeking answers, or you might be trying to reconnect with a sense of spirituality, or maybe you've sort of ended up at that place because you have gone through a spiritual awakening or some kind of upgrade. And that can happen, guys, through experiencing trauma, through experiencing somebody else that is spiritually awakened, or, even just through, or sometimes it comes through a very, blissful romantic partnership, or, just a time that really tested you. Here we see the Four of Swords, so I think it's more likely than not that some of you are coming out of a cycle. You might have just completed a major cycle or ended a situation that was challenging, because often we see the Four of Swords in a reading where we need to take a step back. We need to take some time to rest and recover and to, recharge the batteries and get our energy back. It also speaks to the Three of Swords, which is, the card with the swords through the heart, which talks about grief and sorrow and sadness. So some of you may have needed some time to process some of those emotions. It's a general reading, guys, so you know what that is for you. It can be, leaving a job or career as well, because that can be, sad, leaving colleagues, leaving, ending a chapter or an era, that well-worn path that you travelled each day from home to work. But, it's just a temporary pause with the Four of Swords. You're in the space in between, potentially at the moment, but this person here is really just taking that time to reformulate a new battle plan. And you'll know, Capricorn, when it's time to sort of jump up, grab that sword and head back to the world. I think it's happening later in this week. We've got the Ace of Swords here. It's kind of like that, grabbing that sword back in your power, back in, fully recharged. And the Hermit goes within, to seek answers, to seek wisdom on how to move forward. It can also indicate spiritual, enlightenment or awakening as well. And, maybe at the start of this journey, especially if you were closing out a cycle, you might have felt quite in the dark. Maybe you didn't quite know, where you were headed. And, here in the Hermit, we see the small link to the star energy here burning in that lantern. And at the start, it's just a flicker. So the Hermit can only really see, directly below him, and he can shuffle forward a few steps. But the idea is that the more he seeks, the more he heals, the more he, regenerates himself from the inside out, the brighter that lantern burns, and then the path forward is revealed. So for some of you, you might be coming out of that, this week. This is the recent past position. So I see that you might be shifting out of this week with some answers, maybe a greater understanding of yourself, maybe being in a position of hindsight where you can connect the dots and understand why you've come to this point in your life and why you might be like this young emperor here who is on the threshold of change. The Three of Wands is about somebody who has turned their back firmly on the past. So they know they're not going backwards, but they're also not too sure, exactly what forwards holds as well. This is a little bit like the space in between as well, but there is real promise with the Three of Wands. There's promise of success, and it says that this is the time now to put new plans into place, to manifest new creations. This is the number 3. And the promise is that, as soon as you start doing this, you will start to feel the indicators of success. I mean, we see ships on the horizon here. No, they're not landing, right now, not this week, but the promise is that your ships will come in, but it's a process, and this is about sowing new seeds, after a time where you might have, you might have just had a harvest or a release. That's a metaphor, guys. Like some of you might have just, it's a cyclic thing in life, right? When the death card comes in, it's kind of like harvesting, and then we have the barren land, and then we plant new seeds, and then we wait for that to grow so that we can have harvest, 3 of Cups, in the future. So I feel like this is a threshold that some of you are on, and I think it's come down to divine timing. It's come down to karma. The Wheel of Fortune, guys, is about that great big wheel shifting. It's about a luck change. It talks about timing, divine timing, and being the right time, and that everything unfolds in your life in perfect timing. The Wheel of Fortune could indicate that you've just completed a massive karmic contract or karmic cycle. It's a number 10, so it is a completion or closure as well. And we have just completed a 10-year cycle. So for some of you, this could be the shift in this first quarter of the year towards your, the starting of that new cycle, that new decade. And they say, look at the cards around the Wheel of Fortune to see which way it's shifting. Well, gosh, we have the Ace of Swords here, Page of Cups, 3 of Cups, very positive cards, and cards that tell you to expect the unexpected as well. So look out for the synchronicities. The Wheel of Fortune is a beautiful card because to me it speaks of you're exactly where you need to be right now, and things are unfolding as they should. So, we have the new beginning with the Ace of Swords, which is an awesome card. Ace of Swords, it can be a brilliant new idea that's going to expand into something. It can also be, a breakthrough, and they often say that breakthrough comes from breakdown. Maybe some of you had a period where you sort of had broken down, or constructs in your life had broken down, like relationships and things like that. But through that, you emerge victorious and, renewed, restored. You're getting that last battle sword back, you're grabbing it, and you're ready to get back out in the world again. This is your reintegration back into the world, bigger and better and more powerful than ever, recrowned in your glory and your victory. So, like any aces, as number 1 this time in the suit of swords, these are our seeds that we sow. But we need to, water and nurture them to expand. So, for example, when aces come into the reading, they're pure potential and the possibility of new opportunities, but they're not sort of fully established. Here, have this career, that perfect lover just coming in straight away. It's the beginnings. It's the smile in the supermarket checkout line, and then you spark up the conversation. It's the flicking through the online job hunting pages and seeing, oh, I reckon I could really enjoy that job, but then taking the action to apply for it. So we need to take action when aces come in. But it's like the divine saying, here you go. Here are some potential opportunities. Now, what are you going to do with them? Well, the Wheel of Fortune says, definitely pursue them because luck is on your side at the moment. Now, with the Page of Cups, the Three of Cups in your near future position, well, for a start, the Page of Cups, guys, for me is this element of surprise. It's my expect the unexpected card. Now, it can be an emotional offer from somebody coming in, maybe someone younger, possibly of water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But it also has a strong, oh God, I don't know if you can hear that, guys, but it's raining really heavy. It's really nice. It has a strong synchronistic element, as does the Wheel of Fortune. So, just definitely be on the lookout for the signs, the symbols, synchronicities, serendipitous moments this week. Pulling up at the lights in your car, and that number plate, speaks to you, and those numbers mean something to you. It's all those kind of little things that each hold a little piece to your puzzle, a little, signpost on your journey. But also the Page of Cups is just a whole lot of fun, creative, energetic, and the Three of Cups has the same sort of energy. So I really think it's time, after you might have gone through quite a serious shift, to go out and have some fun, get together with friends and family, play, party, and enjoy yourself. And maybe it's through those moments that some kind of emotional offer that is a piece for you comes in. What I also love about Three of Cups in this reading is that we talked about sowing new seeds. This is about the harvest, and this is the promise that in the near future, not right now, but in the near future, there's going to be cause to celebrate. This is a card of victory, as is the Ace of Swords. These people are celebrating the harvest. They're celebrating the fact that they did do the hard work, that they did plant those seeds, and they did look after them. And now they're enjoying the abundance. They're enjoying the fruits of their labors. So there's beautiful times ahead. It's just a time of, setting things up, getting your ducks in a row this week. So I love this reading. Wheel of Fortune, I think, might be my favourite card. Expect the unexpected. Be on the lookout for those signs, Capricorn, and have a great week. I'm going to leave it here. Do keep in mind it's a general reading. Won't necessarily be for everyone. Feel free to leave me a comment. I always love to know if these readings resonate and how they play out in your daily lives. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.